Hello, you're watching GameSpot Daily, where we cover 6 news stories in 30 minutes or less, or your mattress is free. I'm Callie, and I'm joined by Michael Hyam.
Ooh, mattress.
Yeah, we got a new one every day. New deal.
I bought a
deal.
I bought a super firm mattress. I usually like hard beds, but I got a quote unquote super firm mattress from IKEA when I moved out here in San Francisco. Turns out it was really hard.
Okay.
Like it's like hella hard, but I got used to it.
Right. Okay.
So a new mattress would be dope. So let's try and go over 30 minutes. So maybe I can get that sweet mattress.
Okay. We'll see how this all shakes out. So today we're talking about a lot of things. We got Ubisoft at E3, we got cool Japanese games, and Fortnite news, and more. Those are only 3 things, but we do 6 stories here at GameSpot Daily.
There's a lot to go around.
Sure.
So April is a little tricky because it tends to be a slower news cycle.
Mm-hmm.
But bear with us because we still find some dope stuff to talk about.
We got you.
Believe it or not. We got y'all.
All right. So first off, Ubisoft has revealed the date and time for its E3 showcase. So it's set at the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles on Saturday, June 11th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And it'll have a live pre-show and post-show and all that good stuff.
Yeah. It's not a surprise to have Ubisoft at E3, of course, because they've had their press conferences pretty much every year for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But the fact that they announced their time and date is exciting. So now we can finally say with confidence that we will get a Splinter Cell. No, we're not going to say that with 100%
Don't
confidence.
trick the poor people.
Oh, man. But yeah, now that they have a time and date and we know where they're going to be, we can start to think about what they're going to be showing. E3 is an exciting time.
And they did, or not confirm, but we are expecting to see Division 2 because they announced it with few details and then promised more at E3. So it's pretty likely. But, of course, there's a lot of other things that we're hoping to see. I think one of those would be Beyond Good and Evil 2, which is announced at last year's E3 and obviously won't be out by the time this E3 is coming around. So maybe they would show off more.
Yeah. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is one of the more exciting and surprising things that Ubisoft is working on.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, we would expect to see more, maybe some gameplay. I don't know. This is it's been a mystery. I know Tamora saw it last year behind closed doors, but I still don't have a really good grasp of what it is because Beyond Good and Evil 1 was like your third person adventure from the early 2000s. That was incredibly well done. But, of course, the landscape is different nowadays, so who knows what Beyond Good and Evil 2 will actually play out to be. It's supposed to be like a multiplayer, persistent world sort of thing, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever that means or whatever it ends up being for reals, it's exciting.
Yeah. Other games that were revealed last year that won't be out by this year's E3 include Skull and Bones, the pirate game, Starlink Battle for Atlas, that I remember being like, what is happening? And then The Crew 2, which kept getting delayed.
Ooh.
So that's a little different. But that's a June 29th release.
Yeah. So that's quickly after E3. Yeah. I know some things about The Crew 2, but I can't talk about them.
Thanks for that, Michael.
Yeah.
What else do you think? I mean, Ubisoft, obviously, we've had that, Splinter Cell tease recently with Sam Fisher being in Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's time.
I would imagine that one of the things would probably be
it's time.
Splinter Cell. I would hope, I guess.
Yeah,
I think I would bet money on that, actually.
I would bet money too. Blacklist came out in 2013. So that's 5 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, that was the last core Splinter Cell game that we got.
Yeah.
And, you're not going to bring Michael Ironside into the booth.
Just for one line.
Ghost Recon DLC. I mean,
bruh.
That's like, okay, we have him in here to do something else, so we'll get Ghost Recon Wildlands DLC with him in it to get some hype behind.
Yeah. Hey, dude, just come in and do this one line real fast.
Yeah.
When you have a break. Yeah.
Yeah, because I swear, bruh, he's doing a new Splinter Cell. It's gotta be.
And then obviously, I mean, they have Watch Dogs. I don't know. What other cities could they do Watch Dogs in?
I don't know. I
think obviously London is the most surveilled city in the world. So
I was thinking that they did Chicago, they did San Francisco, or they did the Bay Area, but so much has changed that maybe if they do something still within the Bay Area, like they can do some cool things with like cryptocurrency and.
Yeah, dude, we had these weird scooters that just showed up like 2 weeks ago, and we're not
here in CBS.
Yeah, no, just around San
the city.
Francisco. Apparently there's a scooter startup that just is like putting these rentable scooters on the street, and they're in everybody's way, and they're the worst.
And if you're doing a Watch Dogs 3, presumably you could hack the scooters. That'd be tight.
I think Nick Margarita tried to hack one of the scooters because he was so determined.
What does that even mean?
He wanted to see how it worked. I don't know. And then lastly, I think, we just had an Assassin's Creed game. I don't know if it's
maybe DLC.
Maybe DLC, but maybe something more from the Rabbids.
Ooh, more Mario Rabbids, or just more Rabbids in general?
The Rabbids.
You think Rabbids have earned their own game separate from Rayman and Mario?
Listen,
I think not.
I was a big Rabbid skeptic. I wasn't. I think they're hideous. I don't think they're funny. I hate them just generally. But Mario plus Rabbids it was saved by a dope game.
Yeah, it was saved by being a good game.
Yeah.
So we gave the Rabbids a pass. They're fine, I guess.
Sure. But yeah, that's Ubisoft at E3. E3 is so soon. We have a counter up in our office. It's like 52 days or whatever. I'm not sure. And then every minute, it flashes this picture of Reggie Fils-Aimé that just says "Are you?" What does it say?
I don't know what it says. It flashes by so fast.
I thought I was having a stroke. I was like, "What the fuck?" So anyway, we're all handling.
I love Reggie.
We're handling the E3, the impending E3 madness super well here at GameSpot.
It's not true.
Totally different thing. This has nothing to do with E3 whatsoever, and also nothing to do with anything I'm particularly well versed in. But Michael, you are a tech savvy dude.
I am taking this one over.
Mm-hmm.
AMD is firing back at Nvidia for their GPP, their GeForce Partnership Program, which is got board partners on lock essentially. So
and this
AMD,
comes from PC Gamer.
Yes, this is coming from PC Gamer. So AMD is mad. They mad. And in response, they've said some things in blog posts, and they have also said that they are putting out new lines of Radeon cards. Now, this doesn't mean that there's going to be new RX Vega video cards. It doesn't mean that there's going to be the next generation coming out soon, but they are partnering with other brands to get an extra push for their existing cards, I believe. Now, if they come out and surprise us, say, hey, we got RX Vega 2 coming out soon, that would be dope. But I don't expect that. But in response, they are trying to push for more versions of their existing cards. So if you don't know, the GeForce Partner Program gives board partners extra marketing support and perks if the developers align themselves with NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is basically saying is that, hey, devote your loyalty to us, and in turn, we will give you marketing tools.
Yeah, pledge your fealty to our kingdom.
I pledge allegiance to NVIDIA, and then you get a bunch of marketing money and tools and stuff. And obviously, AMD is not going to be happy about that.
What did AMD say about this?
AMD said, well, specifically that they're not happy about this, but they commented in a blog post, and they said this specifically. Our proud this first line I can't really take too serious, but anyway, our proud pastime of PC gaming has been built on the idea of freedom.
wait, I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Michael. There's
freedom, dog. Come on.
Our proud pastime of PC gaming has been built on the idea of freedom. Actually, sounds like the beginning of a super rousing speech with music behind it and a cheesy movie.
It sounds like the opening line to Ready Player 2.
Okay, anyway, I'll let you continue. Sorry.
So they continued, freedom to choose how to play the game, what to do and when to do it, and specifically what to play it on. PC gaming has a long proud tradition of choice.
Oh my God, PC gaming isn't a country. What is this?
Dude, they're saying this shit with the hands over their hearts. Whether you build or upgrade your own PCs or order pre-built rigs after you've customized every detail online, you know that what you're paying for is your own making, based on your freedom to choose the components that you want. The components that you want. Freedom of choice is a staple of PC gaming. I feel like
freedom to choose is
I feel like they said 3 circles of the same thing over again. But
It's like they're talking about reproductive rights, but with PC gaming. And I think it's fun because
reproducing video cards. Come on.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. I built my PC and I'm saving up for new parts because it totally broke, Michael.
Can't help you.
And I get it. I get what they're going for, but it's just a lot. It's a lot.
But if you think about it, I mean, AMD has been trailing Nvidia for a very long time in the graphics card business.
Sure.
If you look at the Steam hardware surveys, like over 80% of, like, it's not indicative of everyone, but in the Steam hardware surveys, over 80% of people are using Nvidia video cards.
Mm-hmm.
So as AMD, I mean, they're not, like, they're doing fine since they're putting out new generations of cards, and they obviously still exist. But
right.
As a competitor, of course, you want to build on something. You know, RX Vega series of cards were actually pretty dope, with some slight things that I didn't like too much about them, like power draw. They're very hungry for power, but though
the AMD cards?
Yeah, the AMD cards, but it presented a viable alternative to NVIDIA's high-end graphics cards. So, I mean, it's not like AMD is struggling to create worthy products.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that NVIDIA feels like they're using their leverage in uncompetitive ways, which is kind of what the initial thought was with the GeForce Partner Program. So, you know, the more competition, the better products that we get, I think, and then like something like GPP kind of like undercuts that. But yeah.
So you're saying AMD has a point.
They do.
They're mad,
they definitely
and
do.
they have a point. Is what you're saying.
AMD
to simplify it for anybody who's not following the graphics card drama, the scene.
Yeah.
And then anything else that you want to mention from this? We got.
Yeah, it's weird because Asus and Gigabyte are both manufacturers. They're both board partners of AMD and Nvidia. So I think that Asus is creating their own. They have like the ROG or the ROG Strix like branding, but I think they're starting a new branding called Ares for AMD specifically to kind of like make the divide between their Nvidia line and AMD line. Now I'm not entirely sure what that'll mean or what that will look like or how that's going to play out. But just knowing that there is drama in the video card world is something, because AMD is not happy with the GeForce Partner Program and what NVIDIA is doing to kind of leverage their way to getting like almost a monopoly on the video card business. I don't know. It's crazy times for PC games. And you probably can't even find a video card for a regular price right now because cryptocurrency.
Thanks, Bitcoin.
Cryptocurrency mining is making a killing, yo.
Yeah.
So.
Well. There you have it. That's your TMZ report.
I'm out of breath.
Anyway, totally hard right. We got some fun news for all of you Monster Hunters out there. Monster Hunter World's latest update launches today, and it adds a new Elder Dragon, armor sets, and a new quest type.
Oh, yeah.
It's a couple things. So the new Elder Dragon is the gold-plated Kulvtaroth. No clue how to pronounce that.
Let's roll with that.
I think I did the best that I could with what I got. And then there's a new type of hunting quest called Sieges, or they are called Sieges. And they are limited time hunts that all players in the Gathering Hub can participate in. And so that's 16 hunters in total going on these Sieges. And you're split into groups of 4 that can all work together.
Yeah. So tonight's siege is against Kulvtaroth.
Sure.
Sounds like a hair metal band. But yeah, the primary goal is to repel the Elder Dragon, who's all plated out in gold, if you didn't know that. Set to have a new...
As dragons are wont to do.
Yeah. It's set in a new area called Caverns of El Dorado. Ooh.
The gold. that, you know, if you're not familiar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's just what that means.
Yeah.
It's very on the nose.
The Kulvtaroth's golden mantle is made of weapon relics that can be looted. And Capcom on PlayStation Blog said, "We don't have much information on when and where Kulvtaroth has amassed all these relics. So the nature and the quality of these weapons are entirely up to fate."
I think they said read, type, and stats. I like that because they like said it as if they were in the world, but really it was just like random drops.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's cute. The materials collected from the Elder Dragon can be used to craft new alpha and beta armor sets, as well as the new Palico gear that comes in this update.
Palicos are so cute.
I know, I love the Palicos. There's also 2 new layered armor sets that will be introduced in the update. So layered armor sets can be equipped on top of other armor sets to change their appearance. And that's what's up with you? What's happening? You thinking about Palicos?
Palicos because of the next story too.
Oh, perfect transition. All right, and then lastly, the Kulturas Siege will only be available for a limited time, like the as is expected. It's unclear how long it'll be available for, but Capcom said it'll return at some point in the future, as with the other events, like the Wiggler head or whatever.
So this seems dope. The only thing I'm concerned about is how much of a pain in the ass it is to get groups together in Monster Hunter World, and asking 16
or just in life,
players.
You know, some of us only have like 2 friends.
Yeah, but so to do this event. Sorry about your microphone. To do this event, I think that you get into one of the hub worlds, and then it'll match you from there, and then you break off into teams of 4. So I don't think it would be as hard as it is to get the right group of friends. We'll see how the matchmaking will play out. Maybe it'll be a total mess. Maybe it'll be streamlined. Who knows? But I know that Jean-Luc and Ben Jaka are going to try to do something with the community, because they always play Monster Hunter on stream with the community on Fridays.
We got that Monster Hunter Friday stream, 11:30 every Friday.
Yeah,
or
so
PT.
So they may or may not try and do this with the community. Who knows? But
sounds like they're looking into it. Definitely going to check it out on Friday's stream, I think.
Yeah, but that's exciting. But Palicos are probably the best part of Monster Hunter World.
Undoubtedly.
Speaking of Palicos and cats,
Neko Atsume VR is coming to PS4 in Japan, and it launches May 31st.
Why Japan only?
So, okay, this comes from Anime News Network, and I threw this story in because Neko Atsume is the finest mobile game ever made. So, the official Japanese PlayStation website revealed Neko Atsume VR for PS4, so PSVR, and it'll be available on the PlayStation Store in Japan starting May 31st. And the PSVR features let you play with toys with the cats. So the cats can come to. We have screenshots actually, or Anime News Network has screenshots.
So let's take a look at this. Imagine these screenshots. Imagine them in VR though.
Imagine them in your face. So we got this cat. Look at these cats.
Aww.
It's a little hard to see because, but oh my god, can I zoom in any more? Would it be too much?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Oh, these are so good. Look at them. You can see them inside your house. Let's see. Here's the photography mode.
You can buy them toys.
You can buy them toys, take photos, just like you can in the regular game.
Aww.
Obviously, it was so okay. We'll talk about Oh my gosh! So this is the most important one. Is like you could play a toy with play with the cat with toys. Sure. English is hard, but this is everything I live for. I'm just really happy that this exists. So, a word about Neko Atsume, though. Just the mobile game. So, Neko Atsume first launched in October 2014, and for a while, you could only get it in Japanese. And so, I played in Japanese for a long time, and it was funny just, like, trying to figure out what each thing... Because there were, like, weird kanji that I'd never seen before, because my kanji's really bad, and I'm a baby. And... but basically, you put toys down and you put food in your yard, and then cats come and they hang out in your yard. And
it's all stray cats just howling into your yard.
It's just you attract stray cats to your yard, and then you collect them. And so the English subtitle is Neko Atsume Kitty Collector is basically what, but Neko is cat, obviously. And it's been downloaded more than 19 million times worldwide since it debuted in October 2014.
You're damn right.
And I think I still have it on my phone. Like I've had it on my phone since I got it in 2015, which is when I think it really blew up in the States, at least. So I'm really hoping this comes to the West because
me too.
Because we have a PSVR in our house. I don't have one, but my roommate has one, and I will steal it to play with cats.
Neko Atsume is cute as shit. If y'all don't know, like I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, like. This game is cute as fuck, man. Like real talk. My girlfriend, it's like one of her favorite games, if you can call it that. But it's
life is a game. What's not a game?
Sure, all right. But you just there's this jingle that plays in the original mobile game, and it just got stuck in my head. And all I can think about is Tubbs, which is one of the cats. One of the cats' names is they all have names too.
They all have different names, and I don't know their English names really because I don't think I ever changed the language of mine.
My favorite was Tubbs because he's a fat cat, and then anytime he comes into your yard, obviously they only come with their food, but every time Tubbs is in your yard, he's laying on his back with he has sleepy eyes.
I'll pull up a picture.
And he has like crumbs on his mouth, and then he's just like, and he's like, it's a really cute fat cat, Tubbs. Yeah, he's got his hand on his mouth. Here's Tubbs.
Oh no.
I
didn't mean to open
Tubbs
there's a Neko Atsume wiki.
Tubbs has his own wiki page. There's you go.
Tubbs.
Oh, look at Tubbs. He has his paw on his belly.
So some of the cats are really great. Like there's this one that shoves itself. So basically the cool thing about Neko Atsume, well, if we're just gonna talk about Neko Atsume for a little bit, you can put like depending on what you put down in your house or your yard. That changes what kinds of cats will show up
and what they'll do
when they get there. So like in this, it's just like, so Tubbs, like it depends on if like he'll eat all your food. So you don't want him to eat your expensive food. You want him to eat the cheap food. And
some will like stick themselves in a box. Some will actually play with the toys that you put out, and some of them will, I don't know. They just
There's
like they do like They do like dumb shit too.
He's about to drop the hottest single. Like he's just like, but he's a chef.
Yeah,
love him.
But
so anyway,
the story of the day is that Neko Atsume is coming to PSVR in Japan. Now this is our cry for help to get it to North America. So please,
because I will play it, and I will buy it, and I will play it. Speaking of James,
who's James?
I can't talk. Speaking of games that only are coming to Japan so far.
Yeah.
We got a new Castlevania mobile game announced. It's called Castlevania Grimoire of Shadows, and it was announced for iOS in Japan. No announcement for other regions so far. The beta is also only announced for Japan at this time.
Yes. So Castlevania Grimoire of Shadows? Grimoire of Shadows.
That's what it is. Yep.
Features characters throughout the Castlevania history, like Alucard and Simon Belmont, some of our favorites. But
this website says Grimoire of Souls.
Grimoire of Souls? Oh, why does it say Grimoire of Souls? Sorry,
sorry about that.
We messed that one up. But it's Grimoire of Souls, as you can see from the official webpage here. Now, just so y'all know, this is a multiplayer game, or it's multiplayer emphasis. We're not sure if there's any single player quite yet, but it's a multiplayer game. He'll have 4-player co-op, 4v4 versus, and a boss rush mode where you can co-op. But I'm wondering, what if you drop like 100 Draculas onto a castle? That's what I'm talking about. Castlevania Battle Royale for Souls or something. That's not what this game is,
no,
but
there isn't.
one can dream.
You can sign up for the closed beta, as this said. They literally use the Greek beta symbol just to say beta. So it says closed beta test, and you can sign up here. It has information on the story, the systems, the screenshots on this website.
Let's look at some of the screenshots.
Yeah, it's we can scroll through these. So yeah, it has characters throughout the series. I don't know if you touched on that while I was reading the Japanese.
So this game has some backstory.
There's a lot going on.
Some ridiculous backstory. So let me tell you a little bit about the backstory here. It's set in the future after Dracula has been defeated with 2 new lead characters.
Which you can see here. I believe this is them.
Yeah. So you have Genya Arikado, who works in an anti-Dracula department of the government.
And then, so his name, Genya Arikado, and then his assistant's just named Lucy.
Like, she doesn't get a last name, or... Did she come overseas from America to help with the anti-Dracula program?
I mean, she's blonde, so probably. But also, she's a magician.
And she's a magician. So we got the anti-Dracula
defense force
leader in Genya, and we have Lucy, who is a magician. And with their powers combined, you can rid the world of all the remnants of Dracula, which is what Castlevania tends to be about. But yeah, that's what's up. It's Castlevania on iOS. It's not going to be no Symphony of the Night or Circle of the Moon or Aria of Sorrow or Dawn of Sorrow. It's not going to be none of those dope games, but
it's a mobile game.
It's a mobile game. And, we can cry all we want about not getting a true 2D. Well, this game is going to be a 2D side-scrolling Castlevania, but we can cry all we want about not having it on like Switch or PS4. But if you think about it, the mobile market is huge, so this makes sense for Konami to put this out on mobile, capitalize on that sweet Castlevania IP. Yeah. And if you're still hungry for Castlevania, there is an animation, not an anime. There's an animated series on Netflix.
He's learning so much from me.
Man, I can't even think back to like just this time last year.
Where you
looking back at
anything?
myself when I didn't know shit. I didn't know nothing before anime. I mean, I've been in and out of anime ever so often throughout my time on Earth.
Yeah.
But there's never been a better time to be a weeb. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. But yeah, this is something that I wanted to make very clear on this show. Castlevania Netflix series is not an anime. It's an anime-styled animation. And I feel very strongly about this. I talked about this with Peter when it came out, and we were both like frothing at the mouth. It's not an anime.
It's not an anime. I can get behind that though.
However, that series was on our best adaptations list last year and best Netflix exclusives. It is a cool series. There were only 4 episodes. I enjoyed watching it. The animation is nice. The voice acting is cool. Like, it's a cool show. And the second season is coming this summer. So if you're into Castlevania, there's that.
Would it be fair to ask you right now? I don't want to blow up your spot, but would it be fair to ask you what makes the distinction between an anime and an animated series? I think I kind of know, but just for if y'all out there like wondering why.
Right. It's fun to joke about. It's fun to like just like shit on like anime-esque stuff. However, I think it's similar. The Castlevania series is similar to like Avatar: The Last Airbender, in which the animation is partially done by Japanese studios. A lot of people say like, oh, to be anime, it has to be made in Japan. I don't necessarily agree with that. But this is distinctly like a westernized take on the anime style. It's just like it's clearly like a Western directed show with inspirations from anime, and it just is. It's hard to explain. It's very nitpicky.
It's kind of like how...
And I'm mostly kidding. Like, I don't really care if you call it an anime, but...
So, is it fair to say it's like how SpongeBob's not an anime?
SpongeBob is 100% not an anime. but like Avatar: The Last Airbender, some of the animation was done by Japanese animation studios, but I think a lot of it has to do with the artistic direction, like from the creative direction. For me, at least, I think. Would it
be fair to say that you'll know it when you see it?
Yeah, I think it's easy to tell. I mean, like, I can't make an anime. Like, I don't think I have the sensibilities to make an anime. Regardless, I can't draw either. But anyway, we're running out of time. We got to get to our last
This one's
story.
quick, so...
This one's really quick. Fortnite's guided missile has been removed for good this time.
Get your ass out of here,
Get out of here. The guided missile has been polarizing since it was introduced, and it's now put into the vault for good. Could be taken out again in the future, but who knows?
Do we want to read Epic's statement?
I don't think
we
need to. Yeah. It was previously removed temporarily due to a glitch, but a lot of bad feedback on the guided missile. People were not about that life. Epic also talked about the upcoming 3.5.2 update, which has bug fixes, weapon balance tweaks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It fixes a bug where you would shoot your own structure accidentally when peeking out.
Oh, okay. So collision detection.
Yeah.
Improvement. Cool.
And finally, Fortnite's Week 8 challenges are also live now, and we round those up on GameSpot.com if you want like a kind of an outline of what those are.
Yeah. So you can break down all your Fortnite news, but guided missiles, get your ass out of here. That was actually one of the clips we cut for our video review because I was with Nick when we were doing that, and we're like, oh yeah, put the guided missile in there. That's just tight. And it's like, oh well, it's not in there anymore, and it's actually kind of cheap. It's really not fun to be killed by a guided missile. So
I respect that. Anyway, we did it under 30 minutes. We've mastered this. My eye is twitching randomly. Thank you, Emily Conti, Tony Wilson, Matt Paget, Eric Tay, Chris Pereira. You're sick, but we still love you.
He's sick.
He's also sick. And thank you for sticking around while we talked about Neko Atsume.
Thank you so much for sticking around for that because we have so much fun doing this, and we hope that you have fun chilling with us. Stick around because John-Luke Seipke and Ben Jenka are going to be streaming the hottest original Xbox games that came to backwards compatibility yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a trip down memory lane for all you OG Xbox owners, and you can chill with them because they're a lot of fun too. So
right.
With that,
see you tomorrow.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Oops. My bad. Bye.